Hey there everyone, I'm Dresden and welcome back to another episode of Downhill Madness. Today we're going to be running 3 more vehicles down our Stairway Mountain Rally Course to see how they do. And we're starting off with the Burnside Special V8 Supermatic. In the leaderboard it might be listed as V8 SM if I can't fit Supermatic, which I don't think I'll be able to, but it's worth a shot. So, we're going to be testing this out and seeing how it does. Now, I'm assuming Supermatic just means it's a little more powerful than the Dualmatic, but I really don't know. Could also be the type of transmission. Maybe it's more sport-oriented transmission versus the normal one. Not positive on what Supermatic means. I didn't actually read like the description of the vehicle or anything, of which I'm sure would say what it means, but I didn't actually read that. So, I'm not positive. We already have engine damage. That's just dandy. As always, this is 3 runs, not endless, because it's a test of me driving the vehicles and not of just the vehicles. It's me, how I can control the vehicles as they're driving. Because if it was just, a test of the vehicles, we'd do endless attempts, and then we'd do like 10, 15 attempts and then take the average, But we're doing just 3 attempts to make it more entertaining, and if it's on the last attempt, it's a little more exciting as well. As well as a lot more scary for me. It's a little more exciting for you, it's a lot more scary for me. Because I know that if I don't perform well on it, that it will be done. And that'll be that. But we haven't had a vehicle not make it for a while, and I think we've only had 2 DNFs out of somewhere around 80 vehicles we've ran, I believe. I don't know. It's 3 per episode, with I think 2 of our episodes having 4 in it. I think the first one and the one with the new update. I think one of the new updates anyway. Yeah. So it's we're doing good so far. We haven't really had any big problems. Our engine is slightly starting to overheat because we don't have oil anymore. Not a huge problem. That could have been a bad problem with what we just did there, though. With our drive shaft could have just snapped. We have starved ourselves of oil, and we have a damaged engine, so we aren't producing as much power. But I think we are going to make it with an engine. We haven't made it without an engine for a while either. We're kind of getting lucky with these drives. Or I'm just getting better at driving vehicles down this track. Could also be that too, because I've been doing this for almost a year now. Not really. It's over half a year, at least. 1 episode a week for, I think this is like 33, maybe? I'm really not positive on that. I don't know what episode number this is, but yeah, I don't know. But I hope that these do well. I hope that they go high up on the leaderboard, because we need some higher vehicles. I mean, we have plenty that are average. We have a couple that are low, but it's nice not only... I mean, when I get 3 vehicles and they are each in different places, like not near each other, it kind of gives you guys an idea of where vehicles are. We just lost a hubcap and it's rolling. Gives you guys an idea of where some vehicles are located, because you guys get 3 separate pages or pictures with the 10 leaderboard cars on it, whatever, because we always do like 61 through 70 and like do 1 through 10 and all that stuff. So if we get any spread out, you guys will get to see more spread. You guys will at max see 30 vehicles on the leaderboard, but it gives you guys a better idea of how things are ranking and why some rally cars are super low, which does happen. We made it to the bottom. Our engine is in fact still working. We only lost 1 hubcap in the totality of that. Our rear suspension, you can tell, has bashed in somehow our side skirts and our engine, or our wheel covers. That's interesting on both sides. Frame looks fine. It looks pretty straight, all things considered. Definitely not as fast as it once was. Has a hard time hitting 50 now. So we definitely broke something there. But we still get some wheel spin from one wheel. because we have an unlocked differential, and that's how it works. We are pulling to the right. I don't know if I did that just from my turn that I just did, or if we were pulling to the right to begin with. Ooh. That was big. A lot of things broke in that. Yeah, a lot of things broke in that. Alrighty, well, on to the next vehicle for this episode. Hopefully, I mean, this one didn't have a very fast time. Hopefully the next one is a faster time. But I guess we will just have to wait and see. Alrighty, and next up we have this. This is the Charrier, I don't know. Vivace Rally, the body kit, gravel. And it's a mod. This is a modded vehicle. Someone put a actual body kit on this vehicle, and it looks really good. Looks a lot better than the one we get from the game. It looks like what we would expect almost from the game. I don't know why the exhaust's only coming out of one wheel. And yes, I did say Vivace, because that would be how you pronounce the name of this. It's not Vivas, technically. It's a musical term, Vivace, which means speed up. Pretty much. You know, generally that's what it means. Or no, Vivace is a certain tempo. I don't know what tempo, but it is. We're going to do this without nitrous. I feel like the nitrous will make this a little uncontrollable, a little more uncontrollable than it is at the moment. But, I mean, it's a rally car, so when I said we shall see in the last one, I think we shall see on this one. We shall see a decent time, potentially. I don't know. We're going to find out. It all depends on how well I can handle the vehicle, and so far, looks like we're handling it pretty dang well. The beautiful J-turn. And a beautiful accidental J-turn as well. Like, spin out is what some people call that. Anyway, so, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again. No, we're not. I lied. I'm too good of a driver for your poor judgments and misconceptions. Sure. That sounded like it made sense. Oh, rocks! That hurt. That hurt a whole lot. Got our pneumatic suspension, though. Don't know if you saw it when it landed, but it did not bounce, which is kind of cool. Bent our rear right wheel, which is kind of interesting. I think that's the only one we really bent, though. This thing is a little bit uncontrollable at times. It's light. It feels really light. Like it just wants to get air. Which is not particularly what I want it to do. But it wants to, and it will. So, yay. Quite fast though. I mean, I can get some speed out of this thing. Like, I feel like if I didn't roll there, we'd have a really good shot of being high up on the leaderboard. Just if I didn't roll, you know? The roll was really, oh! Uh-oh. Oh! Oh no. We might be done. I don't know. I think we're all-wheel drive, which feels okay. But we are having some issues. Go ahead and flip ourselves over. Yeah, that rear wheel, I think it still has drive actually. It's just inside out, which is weird. But I think it does still have power. I would like to give this another attempt, and that's a lot of rolls. Oh! Now that's, see that's, the impact before wasn't that big of an issue. This is an issue. Definitely missing an important wheel. Yeah. I mean, we can make it on this attempt, but I do want to give it a fair share. And it's having a hard time steering. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure that's it gone. That front wheel. And oh, we can't even. No, we have no engine. We have no power. Great. Alright, well, that's the end of attempt number 1. Didn't exactly go great. I kind of drove it a little rough. Too rough. I know I can drive it rough. Next attempt, I will still drive it rough. But I need to be a little gentler, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, and on to attempt number 2 for the Vivace. So it feels pretty good, you know. Feels like a really, really good rally car. Really solid, really good. And I know it has the pneumatic suspension, so I know I can be a little nicer, or a little harsher on it on jumps. Problem is these smaller bumps seem to trip it up, which is interesting. I just got to kind of keep it straight. Because, like, the big bumps are okay. Big bumps don't seem to be a problem. And it is lacking in the ABS department. It might have it, I just can't feel it. Which, I mean, is fine. It's not really that important. We're just driving on, like, gravel with cliffs on, you know, either side. So, that's okay, though. But yeah, I know I can be a little harsher on it. I just got to be a little more careful with the steering, is all. Because I know it can do this. I know it can handle well. I know it can get this done. I have to be careful with the steering, like that. That was not careful with the steering. And we now are 3-wheel drive. So, little trip-ups like that can be quite detrimental to our vehicle. In fact, we are now heavier on the left side, so the jumps are not going as well as they once were. Which is why that just happened. That's good. Glad that you did that, car. Very glad indeed. Okay. Let's see if we can get a little power down here. We got to 90 on the last attempt down here. It looks like that engine damage has knocked our top speed down. It's okay, though. It's not really that necessary to go too fast, as long as we are controlled. The speed, though it does matter, you know, it's not as important as getting to the bottom. We can get to the bottom, have a bad time, and still say we got to the bottom. We cannot get to the bottom, have the chance to get a good time, but then it would DNF. You know, it wouldn't have made it to the bottom, and then what's in it for that, you know? Then it just seems like it's a useless vehicle, like the Bugatti Veyron, which is, I think, the only other vehicle that DNF'd. There might be another. Oh, the RC car did, too. We had an RC car that ran on a battery power, but like halfway down this. That was awfully slow and boring. But I would like to get a good time with this. I would like to even beat the TRX that's been in first place since, I think, episode 11. I think it's the thumbnail on that episode. I would like to beat that. I don't think we will, and that's okay. I would like to, though. I would like to at least give it a run for its money, because it's been a while since I've ran that, and I did pretty good in the driving department with that. But we did make it to the bottom. I did roll over at the end there, and we still drive pretty fine. We look fine. Well, okay. Front end's a little battered up, but that's because I took some jumps a little harsh. But we don't actually look too bad. We are pulling to the right a little. That's okay. I mean, we're missing drive in that front right wheel, so it's to be expected. That was a bad J-turn. We're going to go ahead and run into the wall. Let's test out the roll cage in this, shall we? Because we know that everything else is good, you know? The body held itself together fairly well. I didn't even have to steer for that turn. That was great. But how does our roll cage hold up in a front-end accident going 90 miles an hour? Pretty dang good. In fact, our engine still works. And, well, we don't have drive. We lost our rear drive shaft and that front left. But, no, I think we do have drive in the front left, but it's the only wheel we have drive in. So the differential won't really let it go. That's okay. Anyway, on to the third and final vehicle for this episode. This one did pretty well. Let's see how the next one does. Alrighty, and for our final vehicle, we have this. The SP Dune Kicker ST2 Stadium. Stadium truck. I don't know how it's going to go. We are about to find out. So it's made to have really good handling for... Let's give that another go. It's made to have really good handling for... Okay. Alright. Alright, bud. Fine. There you go. For stadium events, really good acceleration, really good handling. So it does like Monster Jam, like halftime shows and stuff, you know? Should be fairly quick if I would, I mean, I'm expecting it to be fairly quick. I'm expecting it to get, hopefully, a better time than the last vehicle. It's got the same pneumatic suspension as well, as you can tell by the fact that it lands and doesn't bounce. It just absorbs the entire impact. Good stuff. So negative about this, hard to drive because it has so much power and it is rear-wheel drive. So it's going to be a little bit of a difficult vehicle for me to drive. If you didn't know, I think I say this every episode at this point, I am notoriously bad at driving rear-wheel drive vehicles in almost every game that has a rear-wheel drive vehicle in it. So, we're going to see how it goes. It seems to be doing pretty well, though. I seem to be able to handle it fairly well. Haven't left the track too much. Haven't really gotten a bad impact. Carrying some good speed as well, which is a plus because we need to be carrying some good speed to beat the TRX. So hopefully we can beat that. I don't think we will. I think we are already behind the TRX. But there's always a possibility that we will end up beating it, especially in a vehicle that is designed more for jumps and stuff than that Dodge Ram is, because that thing had, I mean, even the back suspension was like broken the entire time. Not it was like artifacting, you know. It wasn't broken, it was like the graphics were broken, but still. I think this has a better shot at getting a really fast, really good time than the Ram. Even though the Ram, you know, it did good. It had its time. The newest update, not the newest update to the game, but one of the newest updates brought this vehicle, and, you know, now it's this vehicle's time to shine. We've already run the unlimited spec of this vehicle down the course in that update video, and it did decent, I think, but it didn't do amazing. I have high hopes for the time that we get on this, though, because this feels fast. As long as we don't fly off the edge here, I'll be a little careful. And floor it to the finish. There it is. Wow. That was really good. There's absolutely no damage to this vehicle. I don't even think it bottomed out at all. It just destroyed the course. Just absolutely mashed it. Yeah, this deserved victory donuts, because it absolutely shredded that course. Let's go ahead and shred the vehicle now, since no damage was actually done to it on the course. Let's go ahead and do some damage, shall we? Since it is a base game vehicle, it will have pretty good damage, because it came with the introduction of the pneumatic shocks, which worked a dream, worked wonders. Oh, we're going fast. Oh, we're going 97 miles an hour. Oh! Whew! That was pretty hard. We have no more drive. Ouch. Alrighty. Well, on to the leaderboard for this episode. I have a feeling that this is top 10. I have a feeling it might even be top 3. Let's find out, shall we? Alrighty, and now on to the leaderboard for this episode. And as you can see, the first 1 through 10 is quite interesting. In second place, we have the Dune Kicker ST2 Stadium with a time of 2 minutes and 45.3 seconds. 0.1 second off of the TRX in first place. That is absolutely insane. That was so close. And then in third place, we have the Vivace Rally with the body kit with a time of 2 minutes and 48.9 seconds, which is also right there. It's crazy. Second and third place just got switched, and it's insane. And fourth place is actually the other Dune Kicker, which is pretty interesting. And then in 63rd place, the Burnside Special V8 Supermatic with a time of 3 minutes and 42.2 seconds. But not as important. But those second and third place, that's awesome. And as always, we're going to go ahead and run the final vehicle down the Stairway Mountain. We're not really running it down the Stairway Mountain. We're more throwing it down the Stairway Mountain. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smash the like button, hit the red subscribe button, and the bell icon down below to get notified of when I upload. Leave a comment and let me know if you're enjoying the series and what vehicles I should run, what mods I should try out, as long as they're free mods, and that sort of jazz. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, this has been Dresden, and goodbye.